It's late. Everyone in the area you live are already dead asleep. You look at the clock and it's 3 am. But your body, for some reason, is nowhere near tired. The only thing keeping you company are those two strangers texting you on Discord. But even you know they are gonna stop replying soon. There's only so much anime you can discuss, fanarts you can share, trolling you can do before everyone runs dry. You know you should be going to sleep. But after having a very unsatisfying day which contained zero productivity, your brain just can't go to sleep without that sense of accomplishment. So, since you have nothing better to do, you decide to sneakily open your house door without waking up your family and go out for a walk. And what greets you is freedom. Freedom from the guilt you have been feeling the entire day. The streets are quiet. The only sounds you hear are the low hum of the wind and the odd cricket chirping. All the homes are pitch black. Office buildings, in a way, are telling you that this is the time when everyone pauses whatever they are doing and gives their body a well deserved break. Considering how these workstations where people grind their ass off are closed as well. Street lights guiding you to a path of nothingness. The roads, which are normally dangerous in heavy traffic, is completely empty. You can walk in the middle of the road and no one would lose any sleep over it. You can walk, run, or crawl your way across for all you care. This is the only time when you own this place. No one's going to yell at you, no one's gonna judge you, no one's gonna enforce the rules. This is the time when you are free. And this is the world that Call of the Night takes place in. In a lot of ways, the protagonist of the show, Ko Yamori, is just like us. He tries to be good at studies, maintaining good grades and all, and of course wants to have as many friends as possible. And to achieve that, he had to put up a fake personality completely different than who he really is. Cause sometimes people just don't accept you the way you are. So you can do two things. Either leave them or what Ko does, act fake. Act the way they want you to be just so you can spend some time with them. But as you would expect, this comes with a cost. In the process of molding himself according to the preference of others, Ko forgets who he really is. He loses his own personality. Now I'm sure you guys must be wondering, why am I emphasizing this one aspect of Ko's character at this extent? Well, it's because this is what leads to Ko becoming the way he is now. This kind of living really takes a toll on Ko. He's tired now. He's tired of his life, or more specifically, tired of his school life. So he just ditches school. Yes, he stops going to school. With no worries of the next day, Ko started staying up till late, developing insomnia in the process. And so he decides to sneak out of his home and go out on a night walk, where he meets a short and somewhat mysterious young girl named Nazuna, who invites him to come over to her house for the night, and seeing how smart Ko is, he of course says yes. Nazuna, however, is secretly a vampire. So unfortunately for Ko, she only wants his blood and nothing else. And after sucking Ko, he is immediately surprised that he also didn't turn into one. And after spending time with Nazuna, Ko actually now wants to become a vampire, as he liked the freedom from daytime responsibilities that Nazuna has. But she reveals that he can only become a vampire if the human is actually in love with the vampire before she sucks his blood. And so he decides to fall in love with Nazuna, so he too can enjoy the freedom which vampires share. From the synopsis itself, the series seems like a generic supernatural romance anime that is pretty common these days, but what really drew me into Call of the Night was just the world of nighttime itself. You don't need to go to Mars to experience a different world. Just try going to the same exact street you used to go to your school, park, house, tuition, etc., to the street which you basically pass by every day. But rather than in day, go at night. When everybody is sleeping, everything is closed, no screams of children playing, no screeching of the swing can be heard, and suddenly it feels like a completely different world. The real hook of Call of the Night is seeing stories centered around this setting. I'm not a huge fan of vampire stories because they just don't click with me, but here they are the perfect instrument to tell stories about people that inhabit the world of nighttime. We see Ko meeting different people in the dead of the night, we find out their stories, and as time passes, we meet other vampires who have their own perceptions or beliefs on what they think it means to be a vampire. There's just something intriguing about seeing someone at that time of the night. You're not limited by the social shackles that you are at the daytime. Everything and everyone has a different pace to them, and this is the only anime which I have seen that really conveys that same feeling of just wandering the streets in the late night. Sometimes, though, I just meet a series which fits a very specific niche, a very small niche which definitely doesn't appeal to a lot of people or most of the people, but definitely appeals to me at least. Call of the Night has some good ideas, but the way they feed it to you is very slow, which can put off a lot of people from enjoying it. If you're not a big fan of the nighttime, I really don't think you should be watching this anime. But in my case, I love the world of night. I have never really faced trouble in staying awake, and this was because I just found something really calming and soothing about the peacefulness of the night. I felt comfortable knowing that most of the society was asleep. There was no pressure to be active or productive because no one is. You can just walk the empty streets and immerse yourself in the quietness. You feel like this relatedness with any random stranger you would see. What's their story? Why are they out in the dead of the night? What led them to this time and place that really no one like me should be awake? Finding comfort in the night feels like you're escaping your daytime responsibilities. Just knowing that there is nothing to be stressed or worried about the next day helps you do whatever you want to do, and there's no one who will stop you. This is exactly what made me come back to this anime every week. There was nothing hugely gripping about it. Just the comfort it gave and just relating to Ko and how he just waited for the day to end and the call of the night to arrive. Basically, if you enjoy the night time, then go ahead and watch this anime. You will have a great time. But if you are not that person, then don't. Because as I said, except the night time and the characters based on that night time, there is really nothing special about this anime. Well, that's it for today. Meet you in the next one. Bye.